Hello, I'm Felix And The Future. I'm a musician and visual artist. I make all my music, produce, direct, make all my costumes. I'm kind of a full spectrum artist with my music.
I'm in a phase where I could do anything, the kind of power I possess. It's incredible, and you could too.
I like the freedom to be able to express myself however I want, in any capacity, very softly and gently, and also like really psychotic and crazy on stage.
That's not okay. Get those kids and run.
I hate the PR and the publicity side of it. I hate promoting. I hate kind of networking. That's to me the worst part of being a musician.
Anything in that we scatter in the wind and break.
Art exists for me to be on the stage and you can look at me. Well, being queer is just being alive, and you have to kind of be alive to create art. So I don't think it's any different than being straight. It's just from my lens.
As the clock strikes 12, I move into another room.
Well, I think art impacts all communities in some way, because it can be from music, it can be weaving, it can be painting, it can be creating houses. I think everybody has some sort of artistry in them that they use to kind of escape reality in some ways and just kind of let off some steam. I think that a lot of people maybe wouldn't identify it as art, but I think everybody has something to offer in that regard, kind of to better the world in a small way.
But I'll take you to the edge to me, skeleton queen, we couldn't be.
I think yes and no. There are certain spaces that definitely encourage live musicians, but there are a lot of them that really don't. They're more geared towards drag and just general drinking. But I think there are more and more flourishing, like this festival, #Giant Festival. Felix. Well, I've gone on a little hiatus, and I have an album coming out in a couple of months, and I have a bunch of music videos that I would love to premiere, but unfortunately all the people I'm working with are flakes, and they have not given me my footage. So that will come up once I get through all that red tape, and you'll love it. I've always been into music. What ultimately led me to start creating music myself, I had, when I moved to New York City, I had a roommate who was a pianist, and he told me to sell my computer and start playing the piano because I'd always wanted to. So I sold my computer and I bought a piano, and that's when I really started. I think that I put my experiences and my relationships in my work, and indirectly a lot of that is activism, because relationships extend outside of your immediate circle and your friends and family. And I think that our day-to-day encounters with the people who maybe don't see things from the same way we do goes into my work. Especially post-Trump, I've become way more active. But I wouldn't say it's an intentional thing, it's just part of putting your experience. And unfortunately, being a queer person, a queer POC, most things are political at this point. Because I want to be giant like Will. I'm hoping that I hit a growth spurt while I'm on stage, and I get to be 7'7" just like Will. Because straight festivals won't let us play, and we need a space to push our own music, because our music is really fucking good and it influences all the music around the world. And it has queer people have always influenced music. They've always influenced art, but they've never gotten credit because some white dude has gotten credit from it. So that's why we need it. And because Will is very tall.
Kissing you while I watch, there's nothing I can do. Hot summer twilight is my melody.
I think being a giant is just kind of encompassing your full size and your outside of your body, but your mind, of pushing the boundaries of what you think you're capable of, and also what you can present to people. You know, I'm a 5'6.5" to 5'7" on a good day, perfectly sized person, but on stage I feel like I'm 300 feet tall, because it's something that comes from in that you can kind of share with the world.
I drive to
Well, if I could choose anybody from the history of time, I'm assuming that's what you mean, I would choose the spirit of Klaus Nomi. I'd want him to like descend from the heavens, take the stage, and give us like the fucking weirdest, most cosmic performance you could ever imagine. I think Will knows him actually.
to the glow, racing heartbeats, burning rubber.
I like the sense of community that exists there, and also you really never know who you're going to perform with, and there's always such a full spectrum of artists, from drag performers, visual artists, performing artists, and musicians. You really don't know what to expect, and I think that more often than not, after I finish a party, I've made new friends and connections and other people that I'd want to collaborate with in some way.
It must take shift.
So, I have a lot of favorite things about Will Sheridan, but one of them is that my boyfriend's mom and his aunt, both over 60, are his biggest fans. And they always ask about Will Sheridan, and they always sing his filthy, filthy songs.
I drive to
This is Felix and the Future, and you can catch me at Giant Fest August 30th and 31st.